Okay, next we're going to do pelvic floor release with the legs up the wall. But you'll probably want to place a couple of pillows underneath your upper back. So I'm just going to use one because I don't need the extra support. But you probably want to raise your upper body a little bit more than the pelvis. And then that's also going to help to allow your lower back to fall into the ground as well, which is going to be nice and opening for the back. So grab your blanket. And bring your bottom as close to the wall as you can, as long as the hamstrings feel comfortable. If this position doesn't feel particularly comfortable, you can change it and have the legs sort of looped over the sofa instead, so with the knees bent. Does that feel okay for you with the legs straight up the wall?
Good.
Good.
They're a bit tight, my hamstrings, but
So you can have the knees bent slightly. If it feels like it's too much discomfort, you can always change and go onto the chair and drape your calves over the seat of the chair instead. So here we're going to pump the terminus. So I'm not going to stay in this position. I'm going to come to the screen so you can see me. So we're going to pump the terminus here. So this will be a good one if your feet are starting to swell up. This will be a really good position to put yourself in and then open up the lymph nodes. So remember, the pressure we use is that of pressing on the eyeball. Good. Hook your thumbs underneath your armpits. Because your elbows are going to be stuck into the floor, you're just going to raise your elbows and then bring them back down again. So up and push the thumb into the armpits when the elbows come down. Good, and then resting your hands on your tummy. We're going to take 5 deep breaths. One more breath. Placing your hands just on the inside. So go right down to where your hip bones are. Go down a little further and inside. And you're just going to pump on this area, on the soft area, just above the pubic bone. And placing your hands further down onto the leg, just where the crease between your leg and your pelvis is. And now you're pumping the lymph nodes here. Good. And from your position that you're in, you won't be able to reach your knees and your ankles. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to pump your feet. So you're going to bring your feet to your toes towards you, and then you're going to point. And then pump the toes towards you, and then point. Because don't forget that the other thing that moves lymph is muscle activation. So if your feet and your ankles are swollen, being in this position, you've got gravity helping you. We've just cleared the nose as well. And then pumping the muscles will also push the lymph. Brilliant. Good. Now roll out of that position and lie on your side in a sort of little fetus position. And just stay here. I'm going to take another 5 deep breaths here. And 3.
Sorry, Melissa, I didn't hear you at the end. Am I lying down?
It's okay. That's fine. You were supposed to be lying down, but that's okay. How
I'm
are
lying
you?
down now. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I just lost you right at the end there.
Oh, okay. I don't know whether it have been my my Wi-Fi, because I'm having to connect to my Wi-Fi downstairs today. For some reason, it was playing up. So how did you find it? So obviously, it was a lot slower than usual because obviously you're towards later stages of pregnancy, and we've changed it a little bit as well. As you've noticed with the breathing,
Yeah.
because it kind of, you want to get into the frame of mind where we want to be thinking of relaxing the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor will still stay strong with your movements and making sure that you keep moving. That's the most important thing, and focusing on nice deep breaths. That's going to keep your lymph moving. It's going to keep your nervous system nice and calm, and it's also going to be working your pelvic floor. So don't worry, pelvic floor is not going to get weak in these few weeks. We just need to change our focus now.
Makes sense. Yeah, I was starting to get confused, but that makes sense.
Yes, now, I mean, before there was no need to really talk about it, but now obviously it's getting a little bit closer, so it's something that we want to address. And the child's pose rotations, that's going to keep your pelvis nice and released as well. It's going to keep your spine
really nice.
Yeah. So have a little think of the things that felt good today, and obviously use a couple of them every day to keep yourself nice and calm and nice and relaxed. And you've got that pelvic bowl meditation now as well, which is really nice to just focus on that area and connect. And being aware that a lot of the times labor has been medicalized a lot, but at the core of ourselves, we are actually animals. We have an instinct. So trust your instincts.
Yes.
And don't let people push you around. If there's something they're asking you to do you don't want to do, you can say no.
Yes.
Just being aware that you have choices. And if your instinct is telling you one thing and they're trying to push you into something, you can follow your instincts because your body knows the best. It knows what to do automatically.
Yeah. Like what you're saying about the babies moving around and
Yes,
yeah,
baby knows
yeah,
instinctively baby knows what to do, and they have no consciousness about these things.
yeah,
So remembering that ultimately we didn't give birth in hospitals. Yes, there are times and places when they're needed, but ultimately your body knows what it needs to do. So don't be worried, don't be panicked into a situation, because your body is going to do what it's going, the baby will come out.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And hopefully I'll see you next week.
Yes. Yeah. We'll be saying that every week now.
Yes.
Until we get to
Okay.
40 weeks, then I'll be like, hopefully I won't see you next week.
Yes. All right. Have a nice
Thank
week.
you. Take
See
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.